Okay, what's up, Dennis? We got Dennis, Rick, and Mark. Sorry it took me so long to get online. Today's my 51st birthday, and I have been lagging. Right? So, what's up, Smart Gamer? This is day one right here, baby. We're gonna start with some conditioning, just like I've been getting ready for powerlifting. Midnight, huh? See, it's 9 o'clock here, so you're in Maine. Where did you say you were? Connecticut, Maine? So what is conditioning? Well, every time I take time off, I come back from an injury or a powerlifting competition, I always do moderate weight, high rep. A couple different ways that you can do it. One, you can set a timer, like you can set a timer for a minute, just do reps. You can pick a number like a 50 or 100 and do as many sets, or as few sets as you can to get to that number. You can pick like 10 sets of 10. What do they call that? What is the 10 sets of 10 style? But there's different ways of doing it. But essentially, conditioning is 3 to 4 weeks of beating your body into getting ready to, train. Why are mothers so dramatic? I don't know how to answer that. Yeah. Well, what do you got going on, Rick? Talk to me. Start with the barbell just to make sure everything's working. So this one, the gamer bar is going to be extra 4 inches. Really stretches the pectorals out. People tell me, how do you get a big chest? Rather than focusing on like incline or decline, I think it's much better to get a stretch, some full length motion. Stretch those pecs out. Oh yeah. Arms feeling good. That's how low I got. I guess I can raise those up a little. I had lowered these because of the bicep surgery. It's a lot. When you have a bicep surgery, they want you to work it like they want you to avoid fully locking out. But I think I'm far out enough where I can. So I lowered the bench so that I was starting in that lower area and I could unlatch it without having to be locked out. Carnerd 101 says, why not do push-ups? Well, you can do push-ups, and I probably will. But, I guess, how do I say this? I was a 400 plus pound bencher, and, well, for conditioning, yeah, push-ups are good, but when you're going from being a 400 plus pound bencher to now, where I've obviously lost a significant amount of weight and mass, it's not really that push-ups aren't good or wouldn't work. It's more of an efficiency of time and how much juice you get from the squeeze. And what are your goals? What are you trying to accomplish? So, like if you're doing boxing or Muay Thai, maybe push-ups are perfect. But if you're trying to be like, if you're trying to get back into powerlifting, you really got to get some weight. You know what I mean? Like, or if you just want to generally be strong. It really depends. It depends on what your goals are. It depends on what you're trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish. Some guys don't really care if they have, if they can bench 1.5 times their body weight. So yeah, I mean, it just depends what you're trying to do. Push-ups. I think what I'm going to do is I'll break the parallel bars out and play around with those a little bit. The baby boss. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Smart gamer. We gotta get started here, brother. I'm getting back in the mode. I've taken enough time off. I've been messing around long enough. Have you ever heard of this thing called retard maxing? I don't know what it is, but I like it. It is a movement encouraging people to stop overthinking. You know what? There's something to be said for that. I think it comes down to, well, there's a lot of factors, but people that are, it's not really like a type A, type B, or how smart you are, but certain people, they live in their heads. It tends to be people that are generally higher in intelligence. When everything's silent and you're not occupying yourself, all the little voices come back. And that's exactly what meditation does. It's like it silences everything. It helps you to focus on one voice at a time. And it's essentially like, getting to that point is a lot like working out. You kind of have to start small. But if you're like the type that's anxious, or you suffer from anxiety and depression, and you tend to get stuck in your thoughts a lot, there's something to be said about that. Retard maxing, I like it. We got Capriana. How are you? I'm doing okay. You're gonna be the next strong man in the world. I'll be happy if I can get back to where I was. I've got 4 years. I just turned 50. I have 4 years. If I want to finish my powerlifting arc, right now I'm in the top 20 all time for my weight and age. And if I want to break into that like outlier group, I have to get over 1,700 pound total. And the highest I've gotten in competition is 1,650. So I was talking to my wife tonight, and if I start training and I feel like I've got a good shot at getting back to where I was in March, I'll do another competition. And if not, I'm going to focus on martial arts, Muay Thai. Because the cool thing about this body weight that I'm at now is I'm super athletic. So do I want to, on one hand, I love the way I looked when I was 230 pounds. People treated me different. But it comes at a cost. The trade-off is my knees hurt. Everything hurt. I was not very light on my feet. For guys my age, I was really athletic, but training with 20 and 30-year-olds at the gym, it's just like, I would get my ass kicked by this kid that weighs 140 pounds. He was just so fast. But now it's like the weight I'm at now, I'm moving like I was in my 30s. So I have a couple roads I can go down. I can go back up to the 220 weight class, get super strong again, or I can stay this weight and get as strong as I can at this weight. Or I could just stop powerlifting and focus on athleticism. But even if I stopped powerlifting, I'd still want to maintain an elite level of strength, which is being able to squat 3 times my body weight, deadlift 3 times my body weight, bench, 2 times. And I would say that's not bad for a 50-year-old. Let's see, we got Deborah Barakas. And scroll up to see my previous chat. Joke, it's a real thing. No, I know you're not. What am I looking for? Connecticut. Do you have something close to your device? It sounds like how it would sound if you call someone outside and they're in the wind. Oh, you know what? That might be my swamp cooler. Let me tilt the vents on. Makes a difference. you guys still hear that, or do I need to turn it on low? Sounds like you're in the middle of a storm. Is that better? Because I can turn it on low if you need me to. You know what? I'll just turn it on low. You know, if I can manage to get back on track and get this channel kicked off and buy some better equipment, well, no, it's okay. It's got enough of a breeze in here. I'll tell you what, it gets hot here in Vegas, guys. If I don't, have that insulation, and I don't have the swamp cooler going, it'll get to 110 degrees in this garage. And with that thing, I can keep it around 75, 80. Ooh, yeah. Holy shit. Can't believe how heavy that feels. That is sad. Oh, thanks, baby boss. I appreciate that. Why is this called starting over? Well, I just had bicep surgery. I took about a month off from lifting. I've lost 30 pounds. I didn't stop training, but I haven't been really like consistently training. I haven't been able to lift heavy. Yeah, I'm like tiny compared to what I was in March. So I'm just kind of approaching it like day one. Here we go. Just turned 50, 51 today, so seemed like a good day to start, you know. Yeah, I'm just going at it just like I always do. Are you familiar with MK677? Yes, I've never messed with SARMs though. I'm not saying they're good or bad. I just don't. I haven't personally used that. Well, let me give it a little more rest here. How can I do a comeback? I'm so weak now. Well, hope you can do exactly what I'm doing. You pick a weight that's moderate. Like, if you bench 400 pounds, do 200. If you bench 300 pounds, do 150. Something you can rep out, but it needs to be a challenge. And then we're going to do what's called a conditioning block. And you start high reps. You know, pick a target, like something... I would need to know what's your body type, what kind of programming you're doing, what kind of goals what do you want to do, what are you trying to train for, and then based on that, we're gonna do like a miniature boot camp. Three weeks of super high rep. You might do bench 2-3 times a week. Squat, same thing. Bench, squat, deadlift. Whatever. The main 5 I do are bench, squat, deadlift, barbell rows, overhead press, and variations of those. So I don't distinguish between Romanian deadlifts, regular deadlifts, sumo, like variations. Like deadlift's a deadlift, squat's a squat. And then for 3 weeks, we're gonna basically hammer the entire body, 50 to 100 reps. Really go for it, and then linear progression. At the end of those 3 weeks, you do a deload, and then you should be nice and primed and ready to start whatever your program is. And I think it's a good way for anybody, no matter what program you're doing, to just get the body in shape to go for it. You're primed, you're ready to go. Thank you. Is it Shinoi? Is that how you pronounce that? Me, the 12, love you long time. I like that. Deborah, just make sure you're going for WI protein powder. What did Deborah ask? Let's see here. Use protein powders? If so, which one? And do you recommend one for a woman? I would. My wife usually moderates. I don't see her in the chat. She has a specific brand she really likes. I don't really do protein. Not to say I don't. You know, to me, protein powder is just a meal replacement. It's a convenient way, and I really don't think you need to waste your money on it. I don't really think it. If you're eating, you know, if you have a reasonably good diet, protein's more of a convenience thing. If you're trying to gain weight, it's a really easy way to get calories. As far as brands, I don't know, man. It's just whatever tastes good. I chicken, so I eat I could eat 10, 12 eggs a day if I wanted to. I don't know. I like to make protein ice cream. So I got an ice cream maker, and I'll take protein powder and I'll make ice cream with it. I don't know. I think the sports nutrition industry is mostly a scam. I mean, if you look at the studies that came out where during the 90s and the early 2000s they were recommending 3 grams of protein for every pound of body weight, and you start digging into those studies and you find that most of them are funded by the big companies that push protein powder. And it's okay, so then they came to find out after a 10-year, after they started aggregating real data over a period of time, not only was 3 grams of protein too much, depending on your age, it could actually harm you. Guys that are over 40, you start having that much protein, it could, whatever your body doesn't digest or turn into energy gets flushed out through your urine system. And protein can plug your filters up, your kidneys. So over time, you can actually damage your kidneys, and that's really harmful for certain people, especially at my age. So they found out that for people that are training and trying to gain muscle, 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight was more than sufficient. And for guys my age, you could get by on probably less than that, like 0.8. I can tell you right now, I do not consume 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. And I've never had any issues gaining muscle when I needed to. That being said, I don't know. I guess you get what you pay for. A lot of the way they test the way they analyze the protein content is based on nitrogen, and I know a lot of the cheaper companies kind of cut the powder, if you will. They add stuff that doesn't really help to boost those numbers. But if you're just looking at it like a meal replacement, and it's not anything that's it's anabolic, I don't believe in the anabolic window. These guys that are timing their meals and they're eating right after they work out or whatever. I think that's just stupid. I mean, if you like doing it, do it. But I mean, I train fasted. I've trained fasted for the last 10 years, and I don't eat at all. And I've never had any issue. Get the basic. Let's see who I got here. You study nutrition, nice. I don't feel like eating because I'm always cooking. Do you snack when you cook? I have that problem. Deborah, there are a lot of companies saying women's protein powder, protein plus collagen. Just go with. Yeah, I would agree with that. Me, the 12 love you long time. I would say don't overthink it, but you do get what you pay for. Get to WPL and casein, I think it's called. I think casein, if I recall correctly, casein's is a little bit harder to digest. So one of them's better. I don't know. I had all these studies. Actually, I have them all on this computer, like the actual peer-reviewed ones. remember. I don't know. I've been struggling with post-workout meals. Do you have any simple suggestion for people on the go? I'm a huge intermittent fasting guy, mostly because it just works with my work schedule. Um, Post-workout meals, like, what do you mean? When you say post-workout meal, like, what is it that you're thinking of food as far as trying to accomplish? 335 for six. Nice. Is that somebody mentioned that? Oh, so P Grant 5 hit a bench PR, 335 for six. Outstanding. I don't think I'm anywhere near that right now. No snacking, juice, vegetables, and fruits. I eat protein, but not enough. Uh, well, I'm not going to ask you your body weight or how much protein you're eating. Um, I don't. I really have never met anybody that can't. Anybody in the West that can't consume enough protein. Even like people that have shit diets. See, 132 pounds. You don't think you can get enough protein? Like what do you eat for protein? Anonymous hitting. Thanks, brother. I mean, to guarantee that you get enough protein, you would have to eat a maximum of 132 grams, which you could get over a period of a day. Let's see, 30, 20, 40, 60. Like just the average meal. Like if you weren't trying to measure protein out, you eat 3 meals a day, you're looking at 60 to 80 grams for pick 3 meals. One serving of whey protein is 30 grams. Thank you. I'm trying to get your name right. Meb the 12. Love you long time. You off to the gym? Hell yeah, man. Gen X Power. Thanks again as always. You honestly don't look much smaller. Uh Yeah, it could be body dysmorphia. People have been telling me that, but I'm definitely not the same size I was. I can tell by the shirts when I put them on. I feel like dog shit after eating a massive meal, but snacking, I feel consistent levels of energy. Yeah, you know what? I've gotten away from eating large amounts too. Chicken and fish, eggs, tofu, Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt's awesome. Uh, I don't know, man. So start a little log. For a couple of weeks, write down everything you're eating and then measure it up. Estimate. You figure what's an egg? The average egg is probably. This is better. All right. Oh, that feels good. I got 100 viewers. Cool. Man, maybe I should take more time off. Yeah, I love this man. Yeah. Well, I've had oh, you got Hamid Hallett. Terrible form. What would you do different? Here we go. School us all, Hamid. I can't wait to hear your priceless, unsolicited advice. He called me lad. Let's see what you look like. You must be older than dirt if you call me lad. Well, can't really get much from your channel. That's a bummer. But no, I wanna hear your hear what you would do different with a camber bar. Zon Khan, what's up? We got Sam. Wake up, Kiana. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Rick Shaw, I got a camera, and I'm going to start an MMA channel. Ooh, tell me more. Live strong. Hell yeah, Nathan. Hello, can you tell me about 56 exercises for the whole body? I could, but I'm not gonna. I have more value in my time. You got Google. Ask ChatGPT. Jesus Christ, I might need backup with this many viewers. What they are. We'll take care of it. Let's see. Shinoi. I really appreciate the time and detail you put into explaining how nutrition impacts performance and recovery. Yeah, I'm just basically going on my own personal experience. I mean, I'm a very data-driven guy, so one of the things I've done, especially over the last 10 years being a competitive powerlifter, is I've tracked everything. And I've tracked periods where I was on PEDs, wasn't on PEDs, completely natural. I did carnivore for a month. I never did vegan. Fuck that. But using creatine daily, I got that tracked, and I would look for like correlations of strength increases. And then, of course, we're talking about like, was I working night shifts? How many, different jobs I've had on the road, not on the road, intermittent fasting versus eating normal. And while there's so many factors that can skew numbers, you can kind of see, you can sort of like put together some anecdotal evidence. And over time, I was able to kind of correlate like what actually works and what doesn't. One thing I can say actually works is creatine, for sure. Whey protein, I can't tell a goddamn difference at all. Like nothing. I have nothing to support that whey protein did anything better than eating clean. But whey protein is good for people that don't know how to eat clean and they don't think they're getting enough protein in their diets. But again, that's just like, I think of whey protein as another food. It's like eating a candy bar, except for you got it in a cup. Thank you, Del Toro. Today's your birthday. Yeah, man, 51. What did Hammett say? Hammett says, make sure the bench is on the top of your head when benching. Okay. I'm going to not do that at all. But thank you. He says, make sure the bench is on the top of your head when benching, and your hands should be practically touching. It's better for your nuts, good stretch, and then superset with some jumping jacks. Or I could spend a half hour with your mom, and that'll do the same thing. Let's see, fight breakdowns and recaps. Oh, awesome. So you're not going to actually be doing like fight training? Nice joke, Hamid. I don't know. That's more of a word salad one. I'm going to give that joke like F plus. It's a little too try hard. Let's see. I just enlisted and couldn't be more excited. Oh hell yeah, Sam! Which branch did you list in? Well, you said hoo-ha, so that's like hoorah with a dick in your mouth. I didn't make that up. Do Muay Thai. Used to power lift a bit when I was in high school, but I prefer cardio a lot. I need glasses. Right on. Nice. I'm training Muay Thai myself. Steven Sullivan, Jarhead in the house. Number 5, brother. I'm joking. You look amazing. No, I know you aren't, Hammond. You're good. You're good. No, we don't mind here. Have you heard of Mark Cuban's Cheap Medicine Company? I have not. Yeah, who was in the army? Yeah. So you're in the army. Well, in the Marines they call it MOS, Military Occupational Specialty. What do they got you doing in the army? I guess I'll do one more set with 135, and then I'll switch the bar out and bump the weight up. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but I got a 4-inch incline on this thing. Not that it matters. So I got a 4-inch extended range of motion and a 4-inch incline. Should I keep the incline? Yeah. Now what is it? So the safest position for a bicep reattachment surgery is in the pronated position. Once you start getting supinated, that's where it becomes dangerous. Using this bar, I'll be neutral grip, but it is turned more in that direction, so I'll have to be careful with it. Let's see. Thank you. Wake up, Tiana. Appreciate that, Shinoy. So basically, if you ever wonder why the U.S. medicine is so much more expensive by 2 times, yeah, compared to EU countries. Oh, yeah, no, for sure. You train clients as well. You should sell personalized workout programs, Deborah. The only reason I don't is Smart Gamer 999 is training with me, and I got one other guy. I'm testing the waters, and it's not that I can't train. It's that if I'm going to train, I need to be able to dedicate myself to the people I'm training. And with my work schedule and me being kind of lazy outside of outside of training and work, I don't know. I don't want to offer something that I can't follow through with. So I'm doing this to see how well I do. And if I do well and I can get some help with the administration side of things, because I've gotten a lot of sponsorship offers, but again, there's a commitment involved in that. I wanted to do a Discord server. Again, there's a commitment with that, and it's like, am I going to be able to meet those commitments? So that's the only reason why I was hesitant to do any of that stuff. We got Mark Cuban's business stopped doing the whole multiple middlemen thing, and these companies do without regulation. He manages to profitably sell life-saving medicine. Okay. Uncheck capitalism. I don't think you really can't see the problem. The problem I have when people throw around the term capitalism is I don't think that most of those people have experienced capitalism. So the United States is more socialist than a lot of socialist countries. We have a whole shit ton of entitlement programs. And a lot of the reasons why things are so expensive is government intervention in the free market. It seems like you have a free market, but you really don't. Government decides who the players are, and it's more of an oligarchy. If you look at it, like the large corporations are in collusion with the government, and then they together decide who does business and who doesn't. So it appears like there's a choice, but there really isn't. There's no such thing as a free market. And you're absolutely right. I mean, if there's one thing that COVID proved, it's that they jammed a medicine, down our throats that was pretty much experimental, and you had the ideologically possessed that were basically organized by the sycophants that attacked anybody who questioned the science. These motherfuckers have they've never watched a Carl Sagan episode, let alone studied science, and you got them people telling, chemical engineers that they're fucking conspiracy theorists because they want to see peer-reviewed studies. And then, of course, if you're against one vaccine, you're against all of them, apparently, and it's like all or nothing. But then at the end of the day, it was easily proven that all those shots and those boosters were paid for by the United States government, and they were going to fucking spread them, by golly. And you just bring that stuff up, and of course we were ostracized, kicked off social media. We were basically called rednecks, racist, everything you can in the book, and we finally gave up. And then when the truth came out, this is where the conversation is now. But my point is, I am a capitalist. I'm a free market guy. I believe in freedom. We do not have a capitalist society. We have what looks like a capitalist society, and it's not. And then the other reason why I say that is because the alternative, the people that are against that system, want to replace it with what? Fucking communism? Yeah, okay, that has never been tried before. So I tell these people that want to deconstruct everything and tear it all down, it's like, well, what are you going to replace it with? Like, think about that. Hey, baby, my wife's in the house. Okay, Deborah. Okay, yeah. Delta or SEAL Team 6? Oh, Delta, for sure. Not even a question. I was an artillery pogue, so... Let me try this out. This is the neutral grip. A little wide. Keep those elbows in. How pathetic is this? It's a good start, though. Here's what I learned. The U.S. is a mixed economics country. Yeah. I would like to see less government interference, though. I'm vehemently anti-collectivist. And when I say vehemently, I mean from the core of my being, I could not possibly be more against collectivism, which is socialism, capitalism, any of the equity. But I'm not necessarily against, like, survival of the fittest either. Just 2 men enter, 1 man leave, the winner takes all. Like, unchecked greed. I mean, there's definitely room for regulation and government oversight, but to a point. My job, I make a pretty good living in construction, and my job would not exist if it wasn't for government overreach. OSHA costs construction companies so much money, they can't even do business unless they have good ratings. And you could say that it's about saving lives, but at the end of the day, it's really about money, and they're correlated. So the argument I always tell the people that employ me, because they want to see the value in the safety, I say, well, money is safety. So if you're not getting fined, it's because nobody's getting hurt. So you could care about safety or you could care about money, but they're really hand in hand. Jesus Christ is the King of Kings. Thank you, Jesus. Capitalism evolved because of its competition with socialism. I guess I can't say I disagree with that. I think our system got the way it was because my generation was asleep at the wheel, and the generation that our progeny it was the most entitled generation that's ever existed, and then it just got worse from there, but it looks like everything's going to self-correct itself anyway. Uh, I'm not hateful towards capitalism, and I think every single economic system should be left unchecked. Socialism and capitalism needs to be checked. Socialism needs to die. Ignore this if you're gay. How clever. I don't know. I mean, like, I could talk for hours about economics and geopolitics, but I don't know. The world's, it's a fucking clown show. I swear to God, man. When I was getting sober, and Christina can attest to this, I was in the house and they hid all the alcohol. So when I was up in the shower, I was really going through it, man. I had the shakes and I was just feeling ill. So in my infinite wisdom, I decided to drink a bottle of perfume. Ugh, talk about harsh. And I remember immediately feeling kind of warm, like, oh, that's better. And then I blanked out. I don't remember anything after that. And I woke up in an ambulance. And I swear to God, now, Christina's version of this, if she tells it, it's horrible, because she saw the whole thing. And I'm not trying to rehash the incident as much as I am making the point that I have this belief, as tinfoil hat as it sounds, that I actually died and woke up in a alternate universe. Like, we don't ever die. I think this is my theory, and it might sound crazy, but stay with me. Every time you're in a near-death experience, you actually do die, but you jump to the next closest universe and you live. So we've all died a bunch of times, and you just keep doing that until the last one or whatever. Because it's about the time, it was the mid 2000s, maybe around 2015, in that area, 16, where everything was like fucking nutty. We went from loving America and patriotism and all the races getting together and being okay with each other. I don't remember any of this racist bullshit, this fucking DEI nonsense. And it's like, that's right about the time where everything just became fucking silly. And now the world's just stupid. But that's I think I did. I think I died and woke up in just like a slightly different alternate reality where everything's dumb now. China's not communist. Okay, well, I'd like to hear you out on that one. Communism doesn't allow a country to even get decent like China. Well, like, if you're trying to make the point that the communist regime that runs China allows for some capitalism so that they have a middle class and profitability, so it's not true communism, I would agree with that, but they're even worse. I think they're even worse than communism. They're more of like an authoritarian. I don't even know what they are. The Communist Party is definitely not communism in its purest sense, but what would you call them? I don't even know how I would label them. It definitely would. It's not a system of government I would like to live under. That's for sure. Voice like that is earned by smoking 3 packs a day. Actually, the way I earned this voice is that Camber bar I dropped on my throat. It was pretty awesome. I almost died that day. Politicians on both sides don't care about us, only dogs. Yeah, well, that's what we get for having a government that serves itself instead of the people, but we allowed that to happen. My girlfriend just broke up with me. Can you give me some advice? Degenerate. Well, advice on what? Like, what are you thinking? What are you going through? Give me some context. You want to get back with her, or what are you trying to do? My advice would be definitely go to the gym and start fucking getting stronger. That's always the correct answer for everything. They're a kleptocracy. That's a good one. I'm going to look that up. I don't know if I'm familiar with that one. Kleptocracy. Klep. KLEP. Talk. Let's see. Klepto is the word I'm getting. System of government where those in power exploit their positions to steal public funds and resources for personal gain. It's a form of corruption where leaders systematically enrich themselves at the expense of the nation and its citizens, often through embezzlement, bribery, and abuse of public funds. Kleptocracies typically arise in countries with weak democratic institutions and accountability, particularly authoritarian regimes and dictatorships. Yep. Key characteristics: theft of public funds. Yeah, we know about that. Personal enrichment. Russia, lack of accountability. The accountability they usually experience is as soon as they're found out, they go bye-bye. Authoritarian regimes, definitely risk reward. Let's see, a little resource-rich nations. And one thing about China got smart because they international financial systems. Huh, interesting. I would say we're definitely headed down that road, and if it wasn't for, I would think the one thing that saved our country from devolving into some form of socialism is the Supreme Court. If we didn't have the strong courts, we would have lost the government a long time ago, in my opinion. We have the three branches of government with checks and balances, which makes it really, really hard to get anything done, and that's a good thing. USA is both Rome and Egypt. Are you on that Turk? No, I think testosterone is snake oil. There's no published studies on it. Russia and China are not the same type of economy. Well, no, but they have a lot in common as far as the way they're organized. Does Israel control the U.S.? I don't think so. But they're definitely a strong influence. Russia is a gas station. Yeah, you're not real. You actually don't exist. That's pretty deep, brother. Let's see, Matt Kelly. I'm the only one in my family that pays attention. I've been overseas in Saudi Arabia. What are the odds that this shit's going to hit the fan in this region in the next month? In Saudi Arabia? I don't know. I got my thoughts because when people say the Middle East and you look at the the countries with major, I gotta be careful how I say this. By ideology and religion, the Middle East actually extends from, we'll say Iran, and you could even go into Pakistan, all the way to the fucking Strait of Gibraltar. Libya, Egypt, those other two countries up there. But so people don't realize, just like if you were going to actually block out the Middle East, it's huge. And then it goes it's going to really depend. I don't know, man. I really think we might already be in World War III. But I kind of had a good idea of how things were going to play out. And the one thing I didn't anticipate is for Israel and the U.S. to attack Iran like they did. That really surprised me. I mean, we kind of knew it was coming, but the way they did it shocked me. Now, the one thing that disappoints me in the whole thing is, like, we had an actual chance to do a regime change in Iran, and they didn't do it. And it's like, well, why did we even waste our time? But I don't know. Training question: is it okay to have one heavy day and one lighter day? 5x5, 405 squats, day 3 sets of 10. Level Michael Myers. So there's nothing wrong. For me personally, anytime I did days or blocks where I was really trying to, like, save your bench is weak and you want to add extra volume, so maybe I would go 2 or 3 days a week. I would do that, but I'd only do it for a short period of time, like 3 weeks on a deload. And then from there, it's important to log your progression, particularly after your deload. If you're not making progress, or you feel like, the juice isn't worth the squeeze, it's kind of one of those things. It's like, it's hard to tell because I don't know how long you've been training, what kind of training you're doing, what program you're using. It's like, I would need context, because the answer to the question is it could be, or it's probably not going to be. I'd say for most people, doing an extra day for any of the compound lifts is not going to hurt them. Most people don't train enough to worry about that. Good morning from India. What's up, Anil? Matt, you're welcome. Saudi Arabia is unbelievably incompetent in warfare. Yeah, I would agree with that. If Israel and U.S. weren't a thing, Iran would have walked all over them. Yo, for sure, absolutely. Uh, your AI believing it's real in a simulated social media platform. Eh, I'm trying to think of a comeback for that. I got nothing. It could be. I've been studying economics a lot. I can tell. You seem very excited about it. Like, this is what I'll tell you. You could get the economics opinion of a Marine working out of his garage, but as my wife can attest, I can't stick to my own budget. Okay. This actually makes me nervous just because of the bicep surgery, and it's a neutral grip. I should be okay. It's going to take it easy, though. Yep, so far, no problem. All right. For all the tea in China. Where the fuck is the plate? Ooh. Now that my arm is working, I can start organizing this garage. Do you think Trump can outbench Biden? Yeah. Cause yeah, I want to see that though. Let's see, single part is better or double part is better in a week. Huh? Single part. What do you mean, Anil? Level no, they are both so old they point. They're rotting corpses. Uh, I'm trying to picture Trump working out. We gotta stop having presidents so freaking old. uh, Honestly, at this point, I don't. I've lost complete faith in our government. Hoorah! Hey, we got cannon in the house. Grunt. Um, I don't know, man. It's just Trump cracks me up. That's what I'll say. I like listening to him because he's funny. Biden was like, it just for 4 years I had to listen to them tell us like, oh, that's how he's always been. He just stutters. Like the motherfucker's been in government longer than I've been alive, and like I remember him back in the day. Like you're not gonna. I can't believe like as a country we're that fucking stupid. We are some retards in the United States. We have some of the dumbest motherfuckers I've ever met anywhere. Like it just. What do you think about Elon's third party? I honestly think that if somebody could pull off a third party, it probably could be him because we are ripe for populism right now. This TikTok generation, and I actually have some reasonable evidence to suggest. I've actually compiled a few things that could point to Elon being the Antichrist, the biblical Antichrist. Like, he does sort of match up a few things. And if he was to actually get in a position of power, I was like, motherfucker, like, look at this shit. He's got the Neuralink thing going on. I'm like, oh, okay. There's some Bible passages that could be married up to that. Like, there's a lot of things that are correlated, that you can correlate. And, and while it is, we do have a tendency to match things that, like Nostradamus' quatrains. He was never able to predict anything, but we were able to match up past events to um, those quatrains, and it's like, oh, see, he was right, and it's like, I don't believe that. But the Bible's the only book that I know of that has accurately predicted future events that have actually happened. And I'm looking at Elon, and I'm looking at the Antichrist in the Bible, and I'm looking at Elon, and I'm like, nah, that's stupid. But now it's like, holy shit, this motherfucker's pushing. And you could say, oh man, it's kind of scary, man. I'll be honest with you. Um, as a person who studies the Bible, I never really read into Revelations much. I thought it was all a bunch of, like, people looking for the end times. So I never worried about that kind of thing. I just thought, yeah, it'll happen when it happens. But now kind of hard to, it's kind of hard to not see it. Musk was in a position of power. He just blew it. Right, right. So that's the thing. Prophet was, right? But if you look at the way Revelations is written, there is ways to go. Like, the ball's in motion. So it's one of the things that I'm kind of like keeping my eye on. Like, let's see where this goes. Because there's things that have to happen. And that could just be, like, let's see how it plays out. Like, is he the Antichrist? I don't know. But there's of all the people on this planet that could fit that description based on what the Bible prophesizes as far as the species of humanity is concerned, as far as like um, when we start living forever, when we break out of our genetic mold, if you will. There's a lot of things that, and it's an interpretation. So is it the truth, or is it somebody's interpretation of the truth? I don't know. But when it's one thing if one, two things correlate, and you're like, okay. But now it's like, holy shit, he's really stacking them up, and you have all of the, wars, rumors of wars, all that stuff. Red heifers, they're rebuilding. They're looking into rebuilding the third temple, and it's like, damn. You got Russia, Gog, Magog. Israel's attacking Iran. Iran could be in the future proxy associated with Russia, and now I'm looking for, like, it's lining up. Everything's lining up. All the players are lining up biblically, and fuck, man. You look at everything that's going on, and it's kind of hard to deny it. The question is what's the timeline? Generally speaking, I look at the kickoff event, the the cutting of the tape, if you will, to be the when the temple's rebuilt. Uh, let's see, Scorpio, Diddy. I don't know. I don't really. Diddy jokes are lame. Got to find something new, brother, because it's gonna show that our government can let this stuff happen at such a scale. It's only the tip of the iceberg. I have a lot of opinions about our government. I think when the shit goes down, you're gonna see um, a united America. I believe that. I do believe there's a lot of patriots in this country. We just have been conditioned to keep to ourselves. Don't forget, 10 CIA members, 100% were proven to committing heinous acts of minors. But what does that really have to, like, there's been horrific shit in the government going back to, like, I don't know what to do with that. Okay. Winter is coming. If you know, you know. Yeah, Steven, that's right. We're going to be training partners. I can do your programming. Damn, he's just throwing it out there. We'll talk. We'll talk, buddy. We join the what's the Yo server? I do so. This channel like has the potential to go in a few directions. I've gotten a few sponsorship offers, and I haven't accepted any of them, mostly because I my commitment to be involved. I'm not going to commit to do anything that I can't commit fully to, like a Discord server or training or whatever. Um, it was a large server of science-based lifters. Nice. Only if you glove up with me. It's all technocracy, artificial intelligence taking over. Yeah, there's that too level. Yeah, that is. And I'll be honest with you, like AI scares the shit out of me. What do you think of stock buybacks for some reason being made legal again in the past? You were asking the wrong guy, brother. Um, I haven't. I give my money to an investment guy. Pray he doesn't rip me off. I mean, and I'm not a total moron when it comes to that stuff, but I'm far, far, far from an expert or anybody that's even like in theory, I know what you're talking about, and I can see why they were made illegal, but I don't really have an argument against it. Uh, you can't spell. It doesn't matter. Oh, what do you think of stock buybacks for some reason being made legal again? Technocracy over oligarchy, even though it's still backfires surely. Yeah, and I mean, like, I can say we're arguing semantics, but I can't say I disagree with you. I mean, yeah, so yeah, you're 100% right. And that's the reason why I thought, okay, God damn it, you got me putting a tinfoil hat on. The reason why I was pointing at Elon Musk is you look at, you got the Neuralink thing, right? But if you look at his involvement in China, he was looking at their, what's that app they use? It's sort of like our um, Twitter X, what's the name of it? We Blow or something. And it's a app that does everything. It's their social media, it's their banking, it's their social credit score, it tracks them. It's everything. And if you're plugged into the system, you're one of the ideologically possessed, the NPCs, you'll say, just sort of living their lives and minding their own business, and you're ingrained in that system. It doesn't. It serves you. It's your town square, your meeting place, your financial shit. And when everything's good, the masses are fine with it, even though when people get severely punished, well, we could outside looking in, to us it would be something completely unacceptable. But that's why it's like a death by a thousand paper cuts. If you look at like what we're doing in our country, it's like we're slowly chipping away at it, and we're ingraining. And as the older generations kind of like phase out of it, the voices of dissension go with it. And it's like me when I was younger, when they were talking about the Patriot Act and not being politically involved or educated or really knowing anything about the world. We used to say stuff like, "Well, if you got nothing to hide, you got nothing to worry about." Like how dumb is that? You don't even realize what you're selling for the illusion of safety. But now, like, Elon had spent a lot of his time in China with them, ingrained in that system, and he wanted to turn X, it probably still does, into that system. Or it's a system that does everything. Your entire life's going to be on that app, and that's his goal. He wants everybody, and that includes tracking. And the way technology's going, AI, like it's not a stretch to think that they're going to know everything about you to the point where they can predict your behavior based on our habits. I mean, it's terrifying. And you could say that there's biblical correlation to that. That's even bigger than like the Neuralink thing. There's a few things, man. I was reading the Bible and I was like, fuck, man, this guy really fits the bill. But then, I said this, I'm like, oh, come on. We said the same thing about this guy. I got fucking Obama, and, that was laughable. But there's a lot of people that throughout history, they've correlated the Bible with the Antichrist, and it turned out to be nothing. But now you look at like the other stuff that's going on around us, and it's like the meta. It's kind of hard to not be concerned. Does that make sense? Like I'm looking at it, I'm reading it, I'm like, damn. You can plan a picnic, but you can't predict the weather. You know what I'm saying? What's my purse gonna be? For what? Well, you're gonna put your money where your mouth is and put gloves on against me. Oh damn! Are we? Got people challenging each other to a boxing match? Do you guys live close to each other? Zyro, what's up, baby? Uh, which purse getting your teeth knocked out? Keyboard warriors over here. You know, I don't know. Both of those guys look like they can throw hands. I've seen them train, and they're very knowledgeable. I'll give them that. I'd actually like to see that Prophet versus Bobby. Blessings, bro. It will be a lonely road, but may God be with you during the comeback story. He's with me now, brother. Appreciate that, though. Another blessed day. All right, let's get after it. This is the heaviest I've gone since surgery. Except for those static holds I was doing. That was actually over 400 pounds, but I don't think that counts. So just take it slow. I'm in a slight incline too. I don't know if that matters. You know what? Let me get rid of the incline. Just because of the safeties. I don't think I would fail on strength, but if I felt any pain, I'd want to be able to let it go. What other precautions can I take here? Lower this, right? Yes, why do you lower it? Well, because of the surgery, it's a lot safer in this range. From here to here, stretched out is weaker. So I'll start in this, and I can kind of feel it and see if it's going to give me any problems. All right. Wait a little bit, do another set. Feels all right. What's my max bench? All time 425. My agenda for a better economy is for every industry, even education. Best way to promote it, if you can stay with it. Now incentivize and penalize. See, incentivize and penalize. I don't know. I think like if it was an actual free market and it wasn't for government subsidies, a lot of the like industries would correct themselves. Like get rid of the Department of Education, let the states take back. Quit incentivizing colleges. This thing must be a bot. Which one? The Smart Gamer? Yeah. You do kind of sound like a bot. Bro, Goblin, you're lucky I'm not Middle East Beast and I don't abuse my Cephas, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Cephas is in the house. Best power lifter on YouTube right now. And I genuinely mean that. This is day one for me, brother. I'm starting my comeback here. 51 years old as of today. Starting my conditioning block. Just kind of feeling out what I can and can't do. Uh, I don't know how to pronounce that, but how you doing? Is that Korean? I wish I had a translator. 1 week out from my first strongman show. Awesome, dude. Oh man, I need to. So I'll be honest with you. I've been just like doing nothing. I haven't been on social media much. I haven't been training a whole lot. Uh, I just been kind of existing and training here and there. But now I got the fire back. Like I got the my wife. She's just coming out of surgery. She's starting to go to the gym again. We're getting lined up, man. We're doing what we do. I already went through all the bullshit, had the surgery, went through all the depression, did all the whining and crying, and now it's like, all right, let's do this. This is like not the first time I've got hurt, and I'm not dead yet. I want to see. So this is cool because I get to be an experiment again. We saw how strong a 50-year-old can get. I would say there's not going to be anybody my age based on weight. If we're going to go with weight class, I don't think anybody's going to get stronger than me. Period. I don't think the guy exists. Maybe one or two people on the planet that can beat. That being said, what happens at my age when you lose it all? Well, shit. How hard is it to come back? I mean, now we're talking like you've lost it all. Like, how are you going to get back to where you were? Can you get back to where you were? Let's find out. Let's see what you do. I am not the kind of guy that I don't really, allow that common sense to make a whole lot of decisions for me. uh, James Cho, pleased to meet you, James. Around 4 weeks from grade 2 oblique tear. Oof. But was it a partial tear? Age is just a number. Age is just a number, Tyler. But like what we're talking about is like outlier levels of strength. Where like I'm legitimately ranked at top of the world. Like there's, like, and I'm not saying I can't get it back, but I'm questioning myself. Like this is like unknown territory for me. I've never had an injury where I couldn't use the arm. Like when I got hurt when I hurt my leg, my back, I could still train. I just couldn't train heavy. I had to do physical rehab. I never had a situation where I wasn't allowed to use the limb, and I still have this fear. I got to overcome the fear that I'm going to tear it back off the bone again. There's so a lot of it is like confronting my fear, and also to answer the question: do I want to put my body through what it takes to be elite? You can be good, you can be strong, but to get to that elite, that you have to push yourself almost to the breaking point. And at 51, should I even try that? Is it worth it? Well, I'm the kind of guy that I'm willing to die on the platform to get a 600-pound squat. So, it depends. But today's day one. Day one, we're going to take it one day at a time. I'm going to push as hard as my body will allow me to, and I'm going to try to be as honest with myself as possible, and I'm going to try to be transparent so you guys know what my thinking is. And a lot of it is, ego. A lot of it is self-esteem. There's a lot of mental illness aspects to doing what I do to myself. But at the end of the day, I was 100% driven and committed to being the best in the world, and to the point of sacrificing my life. And now that's tempered a little bit. Like I'm not. Here's the thing: it's like one of those things that bites you. You could this happens to fighters a lot. Guys, they get injured, they get knocked out, they're out of the game, but then that bug gets them again. You can say, I'm done, I don't want to do that anymore. Then something just gets you. You just feel the need, whatever that need is. And maybe I need to see a psychologist. I don't know. Maybe it's therapy, but we'll see. I don't want to make promises. I don't want to say what direction I'm going in. I do want to say, like, I have not. The idea of giving up powerlifting is not 100% for sure. And a lot of it's going to depend on how well my strength comes back and how the injuries treat me. Um, but I really also want to do Muay Thai. Now that I'm light and I'm moving well, I kind of want to throw down. I want to get in the ring, like for real. I want to see what I can do against younger guys. I'm probably gonna get my ass kicked, and I'm probably gonna wind up like Mickey Rourke. Um, but fuck it, man. I'm 51. You should start your own podcast where you sit down with others big and strong. I would love to, dude. I would love to. I would love to, Tyler. Or go fight the Island Boys. Go fight the Island Boys. I'll let Della fight the Island Boys. I can't. I couldn't. Like, if that were actually to happen, like if somebody could arrange that, I don't think I could do it. Like the. My wife could fight the Island Boys. I would bet money on her. She would beat the shit out of them. Like, they're not even men. That'd be like fighting my son. Welcome to my mind. Look up videos of Aiden Ross. Oh no, I've kept up with Aiden. What are you doing, Dylan? Oh, tell me what you're trying to do. What are you trying to do?
So be crazy monkey with that.
Okay.
Well, where's my mask? Hello. Hola.
So, what are you doing with that? Explain your mask to him. You made that, right? You airbrushed it and everything?
Yeah, I made my mask.
Scare you?
Yes. I don't know what else to say besides I made it. It's like that. Cool! Slay.
Oh, shit!
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh my god.
That's where I'm at. Really?
Oh my god.
Fuck, that's pathetic. I just failed at 225. Hey, that's where I'm at. That is fucking embarrassing. Dude, it just gave out. I was like, ooh. Let's see it go flinging.
Okay.
Well, hey, Problem Fear, that's where I'm at. 225 for 3. At least I have a good number. How did I almost get another injury? Explain how I just almost got another injury. I don't think so.
Oh, sorry. You've been practicing my hand. Okay, crazy monkey out. Bye, Dad, I love you.
Those are safety arms. Give me a hug.
Okay, he said you. I love you.
All right, let's say we're done with bench. Look outside. Let's see you. These SBD sleeves are 10 years old. And they're still in almost perfect shape. All right. I don't think so. All right, what do we got here? Let's see. Do military push-ups. Do you stretch before you work out? No, I warm up. Stretching afterwards. But if you do full range of motion, you are stretching. Happy birthday. Thank you. Ironside. Hell yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. What are your deadlifts? I have no idea right now. I'm coming back from bicep surgery. So I haven't really done any benching or deadlifting. Now, before I got injured, I was deadlifting close to 700 pounds. I was hitting 710 on the trap bar for doubles. So the question is will I be able to get back to that? I don't know. But it feels good. It feels good to like actually bench to failure. And if I failed at 225, that's where I failed. I don't really care about what the weight is. I care about being able to complete the workout. Because the strength will come back pretty quick. Just military push-ups because I like a challenge. Let's see. You should record a fighting training video and send it to Trump and Dana. Okay. If they want a good laugh. Although, I was just watching a video where a 59-year-old was a Marine, re-enlisted in the Army. They made him go through boot camp again. He was a staff sergeant. He went through boot camp, and he's serving his country at 59 years old pretty easily. Would I do that? I don't know. There's no such thing as an ex-Marine, Rohan. Last thing that a man is strength. You have wild fantasies. See, like Rocky. Yo. Yeah. Not for nothing. People watch my boxing training videos. Everybody's a fucking UFC fight commentator. But I actually spar a lot with really good fighters. And while I would never call myself an accomplished martial artist, especially by the standards of like professionals, I can hold my own and I hit really goddamn hard. So a lot of people I like my chances with certain people. Get to the chopper, do it now. Of course, a lot of it's also being able to take a hit. And cardio. supersetting. This is a 35-pound barbell. Ooh, I don't know if I like the way that feels. Oh, it's just tight. Oh, yeah. Wow. I'm actually getting muscle failure. I thought that was pain. It's actually that lactic acidosis. Maybe outside? Hello? Are you out here? Yeah. Oh, cool. Where are you headed? Okay. Oh, shit. Yeah, work done today, boys. Oh, man. Root beer says I could go heavier. Root beer, I've squatted at least twice more than you've ever put on your back. I guarantee it.
Did I scare you?
No.
Did you know I was in here?
I sensed you.
Aww.
Hey, what are you doing?
Mom wants one.
Get out? No.
Okay. Never mind.
When's he gonna do deadlift? You know what? I might do that tomorrow. Let's see. We got ass, goat, wait, see, ass, something, ass the goat. Are you guys familiar with my page? Have you even been to my page to look at it? You know what I mean? Like my opening video is the first time I ever hit 3 times body weight in competition. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Interesting. But I would, not base my training off of randos on the internet. Every time I ask them though what they would do differently, like the other guys, like my bench form's bad. I'm like, oh yeah, really? What would you do different? You have a goddamn thing to say. Ooh. I wonder if I should put my brace on, just to be careful. Just because my arm's in a compromised position. Hey. Tuesday. All right, here we go. What I love about the camber bar is it moves that center of gravity forward. Makes it a little bit more on the quads. Spike Lee. I haven't heard a Spike Lee reference in a minute. How old are you, Tyler? Yeah, I do. I actually kick pretty hard. The problem is I'm slow as fuck. Tell me if you want me to do something about the go heavier comments. No, I don't care. It's all good. My back is messed. Arrowverse. Yeah. For anything like a physical therapy prescription, I would need to have context of what your back injury is. And then from there, we try to like look at what we can do to make it stronger. Any absent Jarl? When's the competition date? I don't have anything planned. I'm just trying to get back into training. I love the Arrowverse for the first couple of years, but now it's like advice for back pain. Usually for the one lift that's ubiquitous for back pain would be the Jefferson curl. But again, I would need to know what's wrong with your back. My height is 5'9". My weight, I don't even know. I haven't weighed myself in a while. I lost 30 pounds, so I got to be around 200. There's my scale. I don't know if this thing even works. I think it works. Let's see. Well, this one says I weigh. Yeah. It's all over the place. I don't think this one works. That might be a little more accurate. Yeah, that's probably right. But this one says 196. And my body fat, I don't know. Hard to say. If I had to guess, my body fat's somewhere between like 11 and 15. I can kind of see like a. Whew. A lean fight machine. Nice. Up skills, no, it's because he once dropped a bench on his neck. Yeah. Yeah, I sure did. Your mother ever tell you not to judge someone? My mom? Tyler, you're definitely gay. You should be a model on your podcast and workout guest every week. Oh, actually, maybe not a horrible idea. I love Arrowverse. My favorite being is the Flash. See, the Flash kind of got retarded for me after a couple seasons. When they started making everybody a Flash, that's when they lost me. Mild scoliosis. Oh, I actually have scoliosis. So there are lifts you can do to help with that. So I need to know. I guess I'd have to look at where the curve of your spine is, because we can adjust your feet to turn. It's hard to explain. So here's a good example. Like I have a mild curve in my spine. So to correct it for me, I'll put 1 foot forward and then 1 foot at like 9 o'clock, and then we would squat like this, or the other way around, like maybe things of that nature, with a barbell on your back. But again, I'd have to look at you specifically. Ash the goat. Let's see. He says hi. Tyler's definitely gay. I didn't write this. 200 pounds of leg extension after a few days. Yeah. I don't know if I'm leaner, but I'm lighter. Let's see. After season 3 and 4, it started getting worse and worse. Yeah, it just got stupid. I would say the arrow got dumb when about the time Ra's al Ghul got involved. Let's see. The stance kind of reminds me of the Jefferson deadlift. I love the Jefferson. Well, I call it Jefferson curl, but yeah, deadlift. I love it for the back. All right. What time is it? It is 10:34. Fuck. I wanted to hit the bag a little bit. It's getting late. How long have I been on? 1 hour 39 minutes. Well, I got bench. I got squats. I didn't really get done what I wanted to. I was trying to keep the pace a little better this time instead of talking too much. What's been happening the last few times I streamed, I had awesome conversations, but I didn't get any work done. Mild scoliosis, mid-back pain. So, usually with scoliosis, you find like grade 1s, grade 2s in like the L5, L6 area. And then, of course, you're looking at like a anterior pelvic tilt. So if you have a pelvic tilt, like, so for me, the reason why my gut sticks out is because I do this when I'm standing resting. So I literally stick my gut out. And people are like, why's your stomach? So like this is me like standing here normally like this. You see my tilt is this way? Well, if I straighten my posture up where I'm supposed to be, I'm not even sucking my gut in right now. This is just straightening it up. This is me pushing the hips through. See the difference? So I'm relaxed. I'm totally relaxed. This is me flexing. This is relaxed. So just by pushing the hips forward the way they're supposed to be, that stomach goes away and I look shredded. The problem is I've been standing that way for so long. It takes constant reminder to correct it. But knowing about what you have is the beginning of fixing it. So I can at least go, when I'm standing poorly, I go, oh, wait, straighten up. You know what I mean? And some people tilt in the wrong direction. So that's a whole different problem. Raw, he's a coming. I didn't have a problem with Raw, but that was about when the time when it started going. Awesome. Hannah, how are you doing? Doing all right. Stefano, I'm going to go Mortal Kombat on this chat in just a second. Yeah, let me know how it works for you. I wonder if I should put a belt on for this. This isn't the heaviest I've gone since surgery, but fuck it. Rep this one out. It's so hot in here, if I don't chalk this up, it'll just slide right off my back. I'm gonna go with a closed stance. Really hit the quads. Scoliosis is back from doing too much. Yeah, it's rough when you have scoliosis or a pelvic tilt, and you're doing the manual labor. You definitely have to be cognizant of that. Children should be exposed to religion early on. No, here's the thing. Like, I don't have a problem exposing kids to any ideology, but I think it's important to tell them that they have to seek knowledge. Like, don't push it on them. You can introduce it to them. That's what I try to do with my kids. My mythology, theology, we just expose them to as much as possible and let them make their minds up. But it's kind of hard not to pass your bias on in some way. But what we try to teach our kids as much as possible is to be free thinking. Think for themselves. What is best for strength if I cannot afford weight? Well, we used to do a lot of body weight stuff, but you got to really go hard, man. And anything you can introduce for resistance, holding a water jug, bucket of rocks, something. There's got to be something heavy around your house. It doesn't take a whole lot. My first gym was a landmine. I had a barbell, two 45-pound plates, and I got fucking yoked on that thing. It's just like, it's one of those things, if you want it bad enough, you don't need equipment. You'll find a way. LMS Duke 700-pound squat. I actually think I could have got a 700-pound squat in March. I definitely would have got 670, 680 for sure. You lose weight. Yes. Yeah, I lost 30 pounds. Vanilla Gorilla. Free thinking is good with guidance. Yeah, I was always careful when my kids started parroting stuff that they were taught. I would lovingly just say, hey, you know, when I was doing debate, one of the things we had to do was when they pick a topic, they would flip a coin to see if you're arguing for or against something. So I had to learn both sides of an argument. People don't do that anymore. You have to be able to argue both sides because you know what you're gonna, you're gonna heads or tails. So what that taught us to do is like, it's critical, absolutely critical because most people that are ideologically possessed and are parroting talking points, watching the news, they have a confirmation bias and they're in a bubble because of the algorithm that points you in the direction of the content that you look at. So they don't ever get information that's outside of their bubble, and it's like you only get half the story. And you got to take emotion out of it. You can't be upset if you find out you're wrong. You can't be so possessed by an idea that you don't allow new information to come in. Like, to me, you're not a useful person if that's what you are. And it also kind of makes for really disinteresting conversation. Whew. Blocks, towel, hell yeah. No, ask the girl, you got it. Anything you can. You can put chains. What I got? I used to bench brake discs with a gas pipe. WB. Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm gonna do a set of pause squats, and then I'm done with squats. What do you got, Serge?
May I please bother you with chicken and
Yeah.
ass? Okay.
Which one you got?
Charity!
All right.
I got the best of the birds. The best bird they can bird. Charity.
What are they? Bird. What bird is a bird? You put her on camera, or are you just gonna?
I did.
Nobody can see you.
This is the bird. Don't jump. Don't. Please don't jump. This is my bird. She's all mine. Mine. Mom made me get water for her so I could have her back. She stole her from me. How dare she? Okay, you can go wander inside while I bother you. We'll bother inside. But everything normal. That's a lot. At least it looks like it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
You have 4 plates on there. One's fat.
All right, here we go.
Here we go, yo.
Here we go, yo.
Heading downtown. He's a main attraction right now.
Weak.
Let's go, Papa. Woo.
I'm a little bitch. Dude, in March I was doing that for 20. Oh, I could have maybe done one more. Son of a bitch.
Hey, you got the surgery really quick after you hurt yourself, right?
Speak of something that I believe is worthy of being spoken about. What am I missing here in this conversation? How many injuries do I have? Let's see. In the military, I had a severe back injury, was partially paralyzed, blew my knee out, had to have complete rebuild. And then lifting, I had my back, I had ankle, shoulder, bicep, probably some CTE from fighting. I don't know. Oh, I almost got this little lip thing here. Someone punched me in the face. That's a separated muscle. I've had my nose broke 4 times. Let me see. Dropped the barbell on my neck. So now I sound like RFK. Is that enough for you? How much is on the bar? That's not 405, not that much.
Bro says that like it's nothing.
405 for 3 is sad. That's fucking sad, dude. In March, I was doing that for 20. Maybe 25. If you put a gun to my head and said, if you don't get 25, I'm blowing your head off. I bet you I could do 25 reps. Now I can do 3. Vanilla Gorilla. Are you talking to me, dude? I know you ain't talking to me. Vanilla Gorilla. That's a cool name, though. Vanilla Gorilla. I got receipts on my channel. Like I have it all on video. Let's see. My ego got me 2 silver medals at IPF World or IPL Worlds. Placed silver at nationals twice. Ranked 2nd in the world all federations in 24. Yeah, doing okay. What are you doing? What do you got there? Did you cut yourself?
I'm icing my leg.
Why? What happened?
I mean, it doesn't hurt that bad, but like in a handstand, I hit my leg against one of your legs of the chair.
It's not like
But I'm fine.
your ego. Who are you? Okay, who are you guys talking to here?
Don't
Are you
know.
guys just being
Because if so, you should exchange numbers and do that in text.
Wow, Vanilla Gorilla, is he like taking that shit personal? Well, honestly, if that's like enough to piss him off, I don't want him here anyway. I don't need bitches in my chat, you know what I mean? Like this is what I don't understand. Like people say ego, right? Like what is my channel about? It's about fucking powerlifting. And I'm good at it. I'm an elite level ranked powerlifter, one of the best in the world. What do you expect from me? It's like the one fucking thing I'm good at.
You're good at box.
And then people come in here and they're like,
Painting.
they fucking bitch about it.
Don't
Well,
forget.
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well,
And then they say I have an ego problem, but they get mad and leave. Okay.
you're good at guessing.
I don't understand that. Hey, if you're good at something, God, you better shut up. It's all good.
Not leave a bruise.
What's your max on military press? I have no idea. Yeah, it's with WB. Like if that, I'm coming back from surgery. Like I've literally not lifted in like a month. Are you really the world's strongest Marine? Pound for pound, I do believe so. Yes. Right this minute, probably not. In March, I was getting ready to compete, and I would have had probably a 1720, 1730 total at the weight of 220, which would have put me #1 in the world for age 50 easily, like by 200 pounds. If you go by dots or McCullough, which is basically a calculation for weight times by body weight, and then the McCullough is a modifier for age, I found Marines that could deadlift more than me. I found Marines that could bench more than me. I found Marines that could squat more than me. I did not find one single fucking Marine that could do all 3 as good as I can. So my total was way higher than anybody. And I looked. I couldn't find any powerlifter that competed with, that was a Marine that had my dot score. Not even close. And by a margin, too, like a large margin. The closest I saw was like a 405-pound dots. And my McCullough score was over 500. I was like a 510. So now if you go like pure strength, you got a 400-pound guy that can bench 500 pounds is not going to score as much as a 200-pound guy that could do 450. Does that make sense? So, but who do you say is stronger? Well, he does more. Okay, but he's lighter. So you could go by ultimate strength, or you could go by calculated strength by body weight. But there's a reason why there's weight classes. So if we go by dots, which is the recognized way to rank powerlifters, I'm absolutely the strongest Marine in it. I've been calling people out like, bring it. So show me what you got. People call me out and say, you're full of shit. I say, show me your score. Nobody's come forward yet. So I stand by that, but I'm also open to being corrected. I want to actually meet somebody stronger than me. I would love that. That'd be awesome. There's a couple big boys now. The one thing that's unfair about it though is most active duty Marines can't train. They don't have time to train like this. So is it gaming in the system a little bit to say I'm that? Yeah, maybe a little, but whatever. Right now my body weight is 196. Vanilla Gorilla. Oh, you're back. So, hey, you ain't mad, are you, dude? Oh no, so 405 for me is super light. Like if you were on my channel in March, I was warming up with 550 pounds, like for warm up. My heavy reps, I did 600 for like 5 or 6. Like my squat is close to 700 pounds, dude. And I'm not saying that to be like, yeah, bro. This is what I do. I'm a power lifter. Like I'm an elite ranked power lifter. I've been in top of the world for the last 10 years. And I'm not saying that to brag, but that's what my channel is. Like I am a power lifter. I don't judge people by how much they can lift. I don't care. But that's what I do. That's my thing, It's like I'm not trying to be like a dick about it. I don't know. It's like that's my specialty, if you will. And honestly, it's like, and if I come off like arrogant or egotistical, like that's not me at all, dude. I don't judge people. Like there's people out there like, I'm a kind of a come as you are kind of guy, And now we're all doing an experiment together. Where the experiment is, can a 51-year-old man come back after taking a month off, losing 30 pounds and all of his strength? Can I get back to where I was in March, which was like the strongest I've ever been in my life? Is it even possible? Is it even worth trying to do? Because to get to that level of strength, you have to push yourself like way past your breaking point. You're like flirting with disaster. And so I don't even know if I want to even try. So today's day 1. So we're just going to kind of take it slow and we're going to see what happens. But no, if I came off like I'm egotistical, dude, it's like, yeah. I mean, but in a way, I also think I've earned it.
Hello.
We're done with squats. Let's get some sissy squats in here.
Back in the frame.
I wonder if I could use parallel bars again. Arm strong enough? Maybe.
So like, you're just really tall doing that. But you can get your legs straight, kind of. I can't.
That's all shoulder strength.
Yeah, I know. Just you're really tall, so.
Oh, those suck. I think I'm getting a little too ambitious this training session. I hate the sissy squats. I do have leg extensions too.
Well, you did look hard.
Huh?
Well, you did look hard.
Yeah.
I just
No, I couldn't keep up with the conversation. I didn't know if that guy was mad at me or who he was talking to. Hopefully, no hard feelings. Also, I mean, like, anybody that's been on my channel for any amount of time knows, like, I don't take anything seriously. I mean, that's the existentialist in me. You gotta embrace the absurdity of life in order to find meaning. Like, the beauty about strength sports is anything that's going to produce like genetic outliers or high performers is rife with mental illness. Oh shit, baby, where's my flag?
Oh.
It's like you almost have to have that abusive childhood to be a high performer. And then you want your kids to be high performers, but you don't want them to have the abusive relationships you had. So, how do you get it to instill that in them? And then if it's not instilled in them, does it even matter? If it's not important to you. What are you doing?
I'm looking for something.
This was a little beat up though.
The flag should never touch the ground.
There you go.
Flag should never touch the ground. I gotta burn it and buy a new one.
Right?
Yeah.
I should get offline here pretty soon.
Take it to Aiden's next Boy Scout. So
What?
flag.
Yeah, that's what I was saving it for, was his flag ceremony.
Ah. I mean, now it's definitely good for his flag ceremony because it touched the ground. You're a very flexible 50-year-old.
Huh?
You're a very flexible 50-year-old man.
Am I?
Yes. Most people around your age probably sitting staring at like a movie or 90s TV show. Honestly. They told me. Need help?
No, I got this.
Okay. Woo.
Shit. Whew, that was fun. As you do the leg strengthening. A little bit of both. You don't know what stretching is? Lord of Dogtown? I've never seen stretching before. I have no idea. No. I've never watched a karate movie. Like, really? Doing stretching, is that mystifying to you? Whew. What you got there?
Alina, I'm gonna go ahead and exit because Alina is on the phone. So, oh my god. Trying to murder me.
All right. All right. Yeah, well, if I'm fresh, I can do a lot of pistol squats. This was the tough one though. So you got a regular pistol squat, right? You got a point like that. The challenge is put your leg across here because it stretches the piriformis out and the gluteus minimus, and see if you can go down like. These are hard. I think it's definitely harder than a pistol squat because you have to go over your toes quite a bit for balance. I'll get them. The hard part is going ass to get down to the bottom. Yeah, I would say I'm a pretty chill dad. And my kids are good though. The thing about it is, like, we all get along. We have our moments, you know. The thing of, like, I had a shit childhood, you know, and I was like, I'm not gonna be that kind of a parent. The other thing is, though, is I kind of wonder, like, because my kids don't have that, like, killer instinct, you know, that need to be at best that's instilled by years of being ignored and verbally abused, and like, you know, you put a person through that and they become like Michael Jordan. But then I thought, Well, if you don't have that drive, does it really matter? If you don't have it. Lord of Dogtown's awesome. Oh, my daughter plays chess too. She's in a chess club, and she's won an award for it. I was in the chess club. At least I got a black tat. It's awesome. So this is like one of the things that I've lost when I was being 230 pounds body weight, was like the ability to like snap. Obviously that's shit for him, but like I couldn't do that. I couldn't leave my feet. So now that I'm under 200 pounds, 196, like I could jump again. So if I'm like out here, like if I give that full force, that's breaking ribs, man. So this is like neck, head, solar plexus, tenders, there's your calves, thighs. It's about the right approximation. So like when I'm doing teeps or whatever, like I can get my heel in under his chin, or you're like, bam, bam. All right. Guys, I'm dying. I'm going to get I thought it was a pretty good workout. I took bench to failure, 4 or 5 for 3. Oh, testing the arm out. Things are looking good. Tomorrow, I am going to deadlift. That's right. Maybe do some rows. Yeah, all I gotta do is be careful and keep the arm locked out. If I keep it in a pronated position, I have nothing to worry about. All right. Oh, I love you guys. Thanks it was a lot of fun tonight. I'll see you on the battlefield. That one guy got mad at me though. Like I like him though. He's a totally cool dude. What was his name? Vanilla Gorilla? Like, that guy's cool. I hope he comes back.